We are in New Zealand, Aotearoa, South Pacific, bottom of the world. It's a pretty wonderful country. I grew up here, grew up on a farm in the South Island. I'm lucky that my wife and I get to travel a lot, shooting people in love, doing their thing. But we always come home to New Zealand and it's this great reminder of like, this is a great place to be from. I think the biggest thing about New Zealand that people go away from it with after they've been here for a couple of weeks or a couple of months or whatever, is that hopefully the people are kind and interesting, maybe a little strange sometimes with a weird sense of humour, but that the people are like one of our sort of remarkable strengths. We own a business called Arcade Hire, which is arcade. Arcade Hire sounds like a gag. Arcade Fire, Arcade Hire. I always say that and people like stop saying that. It's a really interesting business to be a part of. Then we own another business called Boxful, which is like a packaging sort of thing focused for photographers. We spent quite a bit of time with Bailey Moore wanting to give our couples like a physical experience and maybe rekindle some of that experience that you had on your wedding day. Narrative is like a Mac OS based app, which it's like a benchmark game changer for the end result, which is doing great storytelling with images. The process of building a blog post and narrative looks a lot like doing whatever the hell you want. As easy as just dragging, dropping, moving around, resizing, using negative space. Narrative helps with SEO in a pretty remarkable way. So if you're like me, SEO is just like a mind screw. Narrative lets me know, like, am I on track with this little sweet traffic light system here, which is like red light, try again, orange light, try a bit harder, green light, you are good to go. I can add like individual keywords to individual images that make that image show up on on Google image search, and it's really fast. There's one thing that I can't stand, it's having to wait for apps to grind away and do their thing. But the beauty of narrative is it's offline. So the thing is fast, blazingly fast. I love knowing that if I was going to want to jump ship from WordPress to Squarespace, all of my blog post content it's still with Narrative. The Narrative support team are based here in New Zealand and they're just wonderful, friendly New Zealanders who are keen to help you get your thing done. A pretty great experience of just like, hey, here's a friendly way of figuring out some of the best features so you can get what you need to get out of it. I love that with Narrative, I can make a site that looks different to other people's sites. Narrative means that you can work with negative space to get some white space back or to get something back that just looks different, as a different way of storytelling than every other person's site. As a photographer, my passion is storytelling, and Narrative is probably the #1 tool to help me to tell stories that I've come across ever. And it's fast, and it's brilliant, and it means that I can get on with the stuff that I want to do, which is shoot people in love, having a wonderful experience, and know that the storytelling side of it is going to be a piece of cake afterwards.